Hi guys, this is Chris here with Longboard Underlights. Here we're going to show you an installation video for one of our underglow setups. We got a brand new deck here. Nothing hasn't even had trucks on it yet. Got the light system with the battery box and the 18 inches of LED light strips and our wire tie down. So pretty simple setup. Only other two things you'll need is a 2mm Allen driver to take out the screw that holds the cover on, and a 9-volt battery to light the system. So let's get started with the installation. Okay, so first thing you want to do is make sure everything's completely untangled. You have all the light strips neatly laid out so you can apply them perfectly straight to get the best effect and to make sure the light strip doesn't wrinkle so you get complete and total contact of the adhesive back. Separate it out to make sure you don't have the wires crossed or you're shortening the length of your wiring, so that way you don't pull anything up or have anything start to try to pull its way off the board as you're riding. So generally I like to start from the back end of the lights, peel off the adhesive back. It just slips out from underneath the heat shrink on the end there. Then roughly center it on the board. And for me, I don't do much carving with my board, so I like to keep my lights as close to the edge as possible. If you're planning on doing carving where you're going to have your hands under the board, you're going to want to stick the lights a little further in so that way you don't get too much grip on the lights and accidentally tear them off. Start from the back and just start applying it down. You get one whole light strip set. Just make sure it's completely down. Even the very edges, because that's where it'll start to rise off. Then we'll go in and start the other side. And make sure you don't start peeling off the adhesive back from the lights, because then you got to glue them on. And well, I don't like gluing anything to my boards. So now that we got the lights onto the board, which is, I don't know, I thought that was pretty easy, we'll now just install the battery box. Okay, so the next step is mounting the battery box to the board. As you can see here, the Velcro is already mounted to the box. The only thing you'll have to do is pull the backing off and stick it to the board. But first, you're going to want to install the battery. So you're going to take your 2mm Allen driver and undo the locking screw on the case here. Slide it off. Inside is a little piece of foam in here that'll help that helps keep the battery from vibrating around in the box and potentially breaking the box itself. So just pop the battery on in there. Make sure the case is aligned. Listen for the click to make sure it's actually locked in there, and just put the screw back in and get your battery installed. You're also going to want to make sure this screw is down and down snug. Otherwise, it can break off the box and break the tab, and at that point, you're kind of stuck. You might have to glue the box back together, but then it makes it impossible to change out the battery. So now, just peel off the backing on the box itself. Position it just in front, or just behind the front truck. So right there is where my truck line should be. And now that we got the box installed, we'll just be putting on the wire tie down. Okay, so now we're going to install the wiring. The little wire tie down that comes with the kit is relatchable. Doesn't need a zip tie or anything, so that way you can reuse it and readjust wiring as you want. First thing I'll suggest doing is kind of lay up the wiring, see how it'll fit, see where the best place for the mount to go. So as we can see, just stringing the wiring along here, it looks like the best place for the mount is just slightly off center here. So we're going to just peel off the sticky back on the mount. Stick it down, and I'd suggest keeping the clip to the outside of the box so it's easier to get at. Then all we'll do is just lift it up, start feeding in some of the wires. We'll feed in just a little bit more here. So now that all the wiring is nice and secured in there, we'll just lock it down and you're good to go ride. Okay, so now that we got the whole light kit installed, let's turn off the lights and see if it works. Well, as you can see, the lights are all lit up along the whole strip. We generally like to check and make sure they work before we ship them out. So now that you have your completed Longboard Underglow system installed on your board, time to go ride at night.